Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Robin from Roaming with Rover. And today we are doing a tag. I got tagged by Charmed Grammy Crochet, Lynette. Thank you so very much, Lynette, Miss Lynette. She is doing the Never Have I Ever crochet version. And there are several questions in here. I want to say there was 30 questions. She had been tagged by KS Mom Crochet. And so we're going over it. We're popping over to her video, Keish Mom Crochets, and looking at these questions. So I've not seen this before. So thank you so much, Lynette, for tagging me. These are always so much fun to do. Okay, so these are basically yes, no questions, but it's never have I ever. And number one, crocheted in public all the time. Take my crochet with me everywhere I go. In the car, absolutely. In the car, in the RV, everywhere. I almost always have a bag of crochet sitting next to me ready to go. And that is actually why I like these bags that I can pick up places. I got this one in Alaska, where it's kind of plasticky on the outside, because I can just throw them down on the floor of the car and they're fine. If they get a little bit of dirt, mud, whatever, I just wipe them off and they're good to go. So yes, yes, yes. Have I ever crocheted outside? Yes, I love to sit outside in the sunshine and crochet. Crocheted at work? Well, those of you that know that I just got home from working in the oil fields of Texas, and I spent all day long crocheting in between vehicles, so that's an absolute yes. Sold my crochet? I don't think so. For one thing, I don't think I'm good enough to actually sell anything, and I don't think I've ever had anybody say, hey, can you make me this for someone? Usually if they say, hey, can you make me this? I'm like, sure, and just make it. Unless it's, a great big blanket or something, then I might have them buy the yarn. But other than that, so the answer is going to be no on that. I don't think so. Given crochet as a gift? Well, duh. Tons and tons and tons of times. That's, honestly, I only have about 2 or 3 things here. Everything else has been given away to someone. Hoarded yarn because it was on sale. Well, yes, that's, my world. Of course. Just of course. And it's not hoarding, it's building your collection. Let's get the terminology right. I think that's very important. Spun your own yarn? No, I have not. And I'll tell you something. I actually had somebody ask me about this the other day. Sorry, I'm still dry. She said, we had seen some of those spinning wheels, and oh my gosh, spinning wheels are just beautiful to look at. And I said that I had purposefully not looked into doing that because that's a whole nother skill set. And I think it takes a lot more patience and accuracy than what I have. So I'm just going to enjoy watching the people that do that and enjoying the level of skill that they have to do that. Spent hours looking at patterns? Yes, I consider that a separate hobby. Sometimes I'll just wander through, we get caught on Pinterest or Ravelry and you're just going through stuff, and then sometimes you're looking for a specific pattern to go with a yarn that you just got a great deal on, or sometimes like with my kits that I buy, I'll have like this one. I'll have some sock yarn and I want to make some socks. So I'm looking around to find a specific sock pattern, that kind of thing. So all of the things. Yes, absolutely. Spent hours stayed up all night to crochet. I am not a night owl, as it were. Sometimes if I'm watching a show and I want to see the end of it, I'll stay up till 11 or 11:30. That's pushing it for me. Now, there have been times when I'm out hanging out with my friends and all of a sudden we've been chit-chatting and it's midnight. But here's the thing. If I'm even slightly tired, I find that I can't concentrate on my pattern and then I make mistakes. So typically, even though I do crochet in the evening, I'm not going to crochet if I'm really tired. So I'm not going to wake up in the middle of the night and come sit out and crochet. So that's pretty much a no for me. Canceled plans to crochet instead. I don't think so. I have taken my crochet with me. If I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriends, I take my crochet. If I'm going to go to the kids' house, I take my crochet. Because you never know. I have crocheted. We have gone to see live musicians play at a club where there's like dancing and stuff. I've taken my crochet and sat and done that. But I can't even think, maybe like, yeah, I can't go shopping today because I need to get this project finished. Maybe. I don't think so. Taking on a huge project all the time. All the time. And, huge. I think blankets are kind of the biggest huge thing that there is. And blankets are sort of my go-to. So I do that all the time. I'm always taking on more than I can do at any given time. I have that knit sampler blanket going. And since I really don't know how to knit, that was a big overwhelming project. So yeah, all the time. All the time. Gotten bored with a project. Again, all the time. And really it's not so much that I get bored with it as there's just so many new projects. I want to do all the projects. And so I'm like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. And I can also do this and this and this. So if I set something down to start something else, pretty soon I have a hard time going back to the original one. Even if it's something I really, really like. Skipped work to crochet now. No, I don't skip work. I usually work 2 or 3 jobs. Had a project ruined by a pet. I had a dog chew through a blanket that I had made. And it was just a simple zigzag. And so I basically took it apart, separated it at the zag, took out a couple of rows, and then Frankensteined it together. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't a really important project. I have had mice get into stuff that I've had stored in the garage. I had a big wicker basket full of yarn and patterns and needles, and it was destroyed. So that all got thrown out. Ruined by a child? No. I didn't do a lot of crocheting when my kids were around, when they were littleish. My grands will usually, they're just kind of in awe. They sit and watch me do it, so they don't mess with it. And of course we have more patience with the grands than we did with our own kiddos, right? And so they'll want to crochet, and so I'll hand them the stuff and let them mess with it for a while. And that's the thing about crochet. It's very forgiving. I would not hand off my knitting to a child. I have no problem handing off my crocheting. I just kind of mark the end of a row, and if I got to tear it all out, I tear it all out. And then the kiddo thinks that they've helped with this, and they're thrilled. And maybe that gives them the interest to do some on their own later. So no, I've never had a kiddo ruin a project. Crochet something wearable. I'm not big on wearables. I like the idea of it. Shawls all the time. Hats now and again. I guess those are wearables. Mostly, for me, I think of a wearable as a sweater. And I did make my first sweater last year. I'm also crocheting 2 other sweaters for me that are like cardigan style sweaters, but an actual man's sweater with the full front and the back and everything. I did that. I was so excited. It turned out really nice too. Toys amigurumi, not my go-to. I don't know if this counts. I did a cup cozy that had dog's face on it with the stuck out nose and everything. I really, really liked that. And it was fun to do. I did it's not finished yet, a lovey a baby lovey that's not for a baby. It's for my adult granddaughter. And it has the top on it is a Batman. And she loves Batman stuff. And it's not done. I got mostly done. I got 3/4 done. And I got all the little pieces done. And then I had to order the safety eyes. And in the process of waiting for the safety eyes to get there, I guess I got bored with it and stuck it in a corner. And I got to finish it. I want to finish that. So toys and amigurumi just aren't something I'm super interested in. And I should be, because it seems like they would go pretty quick. But all those little bits and pieces, I don't know. Bartered with your crochet. So I guess that's like, hey, I'll make this for you if you'll do that for me. No, I should though. I absolutely should. Hey, if you come help me put my crochet room together, I'll make you a hat. I like that idea. I'm stealing that one. Made crocheted items to donate. Absolutely. I've done baby blankets and hats for the preemies. I've done blankets for nursing homes. That's kind of my favorite thing to do as far as donations, is to make little lap blankets for the little ladies at the nursing homes. And I want to make blankets for the animal shelter, but I just feel like crocheted items aren't the best for that. We'll have to see. Have more than 5 whips at one time? Always. I probably have 10 going right now, conservatively. I haven't started anything new lately and then added it to a whip. I'm actually finishing things that I've started. What a concept. Received yarn for holiday or birthday? I do not, and that makes me very sad. I think a couple of times I've gotten like a Joann's gift card, so that maybe counts, but nobody has gone and picked out yarn for me and handed it to me. I think probably that's buying yarn is kind of a personal thing, and although we say we love all yarn, we really don't. And I've gotten Amazon gift cards to go buy stuff. I tend to get more things like stuff like this, my pattern holder, or I got a ball winder. One of my best friends last year for Christmas got me a Stanwood ball winder. Oh, so wonderful. So I was very, very pleased to get that as a gift. I was shocked. So I tend to get accessories, yarn and craft accessories for, I've got knitting needles, I've got crochet hooks, I've gotten my, it just fell apart, my little stand thing that I use. I put my yarn on this, and bags. So I get accessories, not actual yarn. I'm very happy with that, because I tend to not buy that stuff for myself, and I will buy the yarn for myself. I have gotten yarn as just a random gift, though, but not for actual holiday or birthday. Unraveled one project to start something else. So I think that means this isn't working out. I'm going to pull this yarn out and I'm going to make something different. I tried to make a knit blanket, and you use 2 or 3 strands of yarn. And I remember balling up the yarn, and it was like this big in a ball. And I didn't like the way the blanket was turning out, and it was clunky to work with. And I got 3 or 4 inches in and tore that out. Didn't like it at all. And I did that with some mittens the other day. I did a mitten crochet along, and it just was not working out for me. So I tore those out, and I'll use that yarn for something else. Designed? No. I am not a designer. Designer crochet. The only way I have ever designed a crochet pattern is when I have worked it up and I have messed up the pattern so bad it is unrecognizable as the original pattern. So that's the only way. In fact, my pink knit hat is the Ross hat. Very, very simple pattern. And I mucked that thing up so bad it doesn't look at all like the original pattern. So, but I wear it and I love it. So no, I am not a designer. I have no I have no imagination. So you're never going to see me design anything. Big props to you guys that design and publish pattern. That's the next question. Publish pattern. Again, no, never going to happen. And again, big props to you guys that design and publish patterns. I know how much work is involved. Actually, I don't. I really don't know how much work is involved. I can imagine there's a huge amount of work involved. And I hear you talking about it and, doing all the stuff to make the pattern and creating the different sizes and getting the right kind of yarn and making sure your hooks are right. And then getting testers and then actually getting the patterns out there. Yeah, never going to happen. And major for those of you that do that all the time. Worked with crochet thread. Yes, crochet thread. I like working with crochet thread. Dollies and dresser scarves. And I'm actually making something for my daughter right now. It's an Easter table runner. Takes longer than working, of course, because it's little, so it takes longer when you're working with it. But if you're smart and do smaller projects, which of course I am not, then it can work up pretty quick. I love making doilies. I like those designs. And I especially like working crochet thread and using the fillet stitch. That Easter table runner I'm making is out of fillet crochet. So it's fun to watch the design develop as you're making it. And it's got bunnies and Easter baskets and all kinds of fun little stuff in it. So yeah, love working with crochet thread. Taught 1 to 5 people to crochet. I have not. I don't think I've taught anybody to crochet. I tried to teach my granddaughter, and that didn't last long. And most of the people in my world have no interest in crochet. That's why I hang out with you guys. You guys get it. So, no, I have not. But that's going to change. Yep. That is going to change. So I've taught 5+ people to crochet. No. Dyed my own yarn. I have not. But in a mystery box that I got from Corners, hope I said that right, Corners, there was 5 or 6, it's sitting over there, 5 or 6 skeins of dyeable yarn in 2, for sure 2, maybe 3 different weights. There's a maybe a DK, and then there's a chunky weight. And I have thought about doing that Kool-Aid dye. I've seen several people do it. My only question, the thing I wonder about with the dye is the Kool-Aid dye is that going to fade? Is that color going to fade out when you do wash it down the road? I don't know that it really sets. If any of you guys have done the Kool-Aid dyeing, let me know how that works long term. It looks fairly simple to do. You don't need a bunch of special, with some of the dyes you have to have separate pots and utensils and containers because you can't, those chemicals you don't want to ever use on anything else. But with the Kool-Aid dye, you don't have to because, of course, it's Kool-Aid. And then there's also dyeing using natural food products. I've seen people dye with avocado skin and pits, berries, tea, Rubio's tea, that real red tea. And so, but again, what keeps it? I think you need to use some kind of an acid to keep that from fading. Whereas I think with the Kool-Aid, it wouldn't. And then we were talking about that. I was talking with the Popeye guys about this. And because, he's a great dyer and he uses all the fancy stuff. I'm wondering about using Easter egg dyes because it's got you use the vinegar as your acid and then the dyes from the kit. So I'm really curious about doing that too. Let me guys know. What do you think about dyeing? What do you think about some of the simple stuff? I don't think I would ever do the true using all the different chemicals and stuff like that to dye with. But I'm interested in doing 1 or 2, since I've already got the yarn here, using some of the the natural, the non-fancy stuff for my, Max is talking in the background, to give that dyeing a try. So let me know what you guys think down below. So that's it. That's my answers to the Never Have I Ever 30 questions. And so now I have to tag somebody. And I was going to be all ready for this, and I forgot to do it when I started out. So my tags are going to be Linda Simpson, and it's going to be Angela from My Precious Yarnery, and it's going to be Amber from, oh my gosh, Amber from Fostering Crochet. I'm going to tag their names down below, and then the list is on KS Mom Crochet, and the question list, and I'll put that down below in my thing too. Okay, that's it. Thank you so very much, Lynette from Charmed Grammy Crochet, for tagging on me on this. It was a lot of fun. Got to visit with everybody, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Please like, please subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.